What is up, everybody? It's Movers here today, and we're going to talk about the Redfall previews. So apparently Microsoft has sent some people over to test this game out, whether it be influencers, YouTubers, journalists, whoever. They were sent out to play this game, try it out. And this is some of the responses. It's been overwhelmingly positive, but there were a few negative opinions about this, but like everybody has their own opinion. But the overwhelming majority was positive, so that was a good sign right there. The website God is a Geek says it's a Game of the Year contender. They think it's so great it might be a Game of the Year candidate right there. Mr. Manny Plays says like what he sees. Jew said impressed with what he played. Coast Eastwood said he loves it. IGN says Redfall's looking good. I actually looked at the IGN one, and that one looks impressive what I've seen. I didn't know it's very similar to the Far Cry series, which I love Far Cry, I love vampires, so this is a perfect combination for me. So definitely looking forward to this game. VGC says Redfall is shaping up to be thrilling. And this guy says, looks like Xbox has a banger on their hands. So it looks impressive so far. But you know, Sony fanboys, I tell you, he will literally focus on the two negative reviews instead of just looking at the overall and positive. Like, I just don't get these guys. Like, these guys just have zero shame. But this is what this guy wrote. He pointed out the PC game reviews. Redfall world is empty and bland, boring missions, fails to get the blood pumping, and has the marks of a game that had development trouble. Giant Bomb, I hope there's a lot more polishing to do, saying it's not that great pretty much. But he focuses on these two negative opinions about the game, but just ignores the overwhelmingly positive ones. Like, really? Doesn't make any sense. He just wants to focus on a negative. But then, in the same day, he had a tweet complaining about why this game was scrapped for the PS5 version. Make it make sense. You can't be saying you can't be trying to point out how the game is trash in one breath, then another breath saying, "Hey, CMA Gov UK, Lena Con FTC, and FTC, do something about this. Do something about the games being pulled from PlayStation." Like, really? These guys are clowns. And why are they using the CMA and the FTC as their personal, like, fanboy hotlines? It's like, I'm pretty sure these guys have more pressing issues to deal with Sony fanboy crying sessions. Like, really? But yeah, this is crazy. It's like who just does this? Like, why would you add these different companies? Like, I don't even want to know their notifications. It's probably filled with Sony fanboys just crying about this Activision Blizzard deal. I'm pretty sure these people want this to be over with as well because they can stop getting these notifications from these Saudi people every day. But yeah, it's just I'm just curious. What does the comment section even say? This guy, this post is right here. A pony only shares negative previews. I can do the same with every PS4, PS5 game ever made. Facts, you can only do the same thing. But who would do that when it's overwhelmingly positive? Like, does he not want games to be good? Like, it's just kind of weird because as a gamer, you would think you want every game to be great, but it's kind of like they just want every Xbox game to flop. Like, I just can't fathom just ignoring the overwhelmingly positive reception from this preview and just focusing on the two negative ones. It's just very bizarre. It won't have ray tracing at launch, so it's not using Unreal Engine 5, Lumen Tech for global illumination, and textures look low quality. Okay. Is the game fun, though? Is the game fun? Because right now, it looks like it's pretty fun. For right now, from what I'm seeing. Yeah, pretty accurate. Things about Xbox every day. Ignores all the positive previews and goes straight to the negative one. Shaking my head. Yeah. Definitely a shaking my head moment. Over 90% positive reviews. Cry more. I like how you picked the only bad review currently. This is what people, the Xbox consumers, should expect when your games are tied to a sub-service. What? Were they just praising PS Plus being better, even some of these clowns were saying it's better than Game Pass? They were just praising, but now, you know, back to the sub-services are bad again. They just released trash games, apparently. Which is weird because this game is, like I said before, is receiving an overwhelmingly positive reception. So, you know, I guess they just like pick a narrative. They just throw a dartboard and whatever narrative it lands on, they go with. I think that's their logic at this point in time. These are big budget AAA games. There's mostly double A or indies marketed as AAA and sent off die as fodder for a subservice. So that's what's happening to that Stray game that released on PS Plus, or even that Tachia game that just released recently. Like really, you could use the same logic with those games, but they don't think that. They don't think too far ahead like that. To be honest, I do not get the hype around this game. It looks so boring and generic. Reminds me of Far Cry but with vampires, and is that a bad thing? Really? I'm like, I don't think that's definitely up my alley. I love Far Cry. I love vampires, so I'm not seeing it as a bad thing. Still looks crappier than Last of Us on PS3. Okay, I think some of these guys are just hating now. Like, it's not even making sense. Like, you think this looks worse than The Last of Us on a PS3 copy? That's just hating at that point. I keep saying Bethesda games are born AF. Were Bethesda games born before they got acquired by Microsoft or after? Acquired minds want to know. Uh, you posted 2 negative previews and ignore the other several positive previews. Doesn't make any sense. The Xbox stench is in effect. Okay. I knew it would be Game Pass fodder. And his whole account says Xbox is in last place. So a lot of these guys are just trolls. A lot of people who follow this guy is trolls, apparently. Typical pony ignores all the positive things and goes straight to the negatives. Anything Microsoft touches turns to crap. Really? Some of these comments, I just can't give a response. Just to laugh at it. Like, really? One of the most anticipated games of the year is Starfield, but you say everything they touch turn to crap. Okay. The game is gonna be trash. Way more hype to see how Starfield is. Did this guy play the game? They know this game is gonna be trash? Well, I don't think he did, but okay. There's way too many Debbie Downers. That's the thing I noticed with this. There's too many Debbie Downers. Like with the whole Hellblade thing I did yesterday. You see amazing visuals. People want to downplay it. Like with this one, Redfall, people saying they're giving us positive reviews and people just want to downplay it. Too many Debbie Downers who, I guess, because they fight for the PlayStation brand. They don't want Xbox to get anything, which is weird. So you want all the brands, all the consoles to have good games on it. You would think that, right, as a gamer, but apparently not to these guys. They literally want everything Xbox just to fail. They're so threatened by any form of competition at this point. Stroking that PlayStation boner extremely hard there, sir. Okay. A lot of salt in here, pretty much. I guess a lot of salty comments in this comment section. Like, just downplaying it when everybody's saying it's a great game. Like, it's just weird. They're unhinged. Of course, you specifically chose only the negative remarks from several other positive ones. You're such a child. Where there were a few people agree with this guy. It seems like a lot of people just roasted this guy as well, too. And yet, every Xbox game this year had destroyed every PlayStation game this year. When someone yells "suck it," you have Xbox fans and you got PlayStation fans. Once again, that is one of the most stupid features on the PlayStation controller, to blow into the controller. Like, I'm glad they don't use it much, but that was such a dumb feature. Like, yes, we bought this new console. One of the key features is to blow into the controller. Like, that was like, jeez. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Both Redfall and Starfield will support DualSense features on the PS5. Haptics to rewind and fast forward. Blow to control and to pause and play. Oh, man. Because they can play it on PS5, but only through the YouTube app. That's kind of messed up, but kind of funny as well. Yeah, you got overwhelmingly just positive reviews. An utterly engrossing single player experience. So it's very positive so far. But I just don't understand. Why can't Sony guys give Xbox games credit? Why can't you just say, hey, the game was doing well? Great for Xbox for improving their condition. Because they used to say Xbox has no games all the time. Now you see the Xbox has great games. Why can't you just give Xbox credit? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm excited for Spider-Man 2. I can give Sony credit for making a great superhero game. But they just can't do the same for whatever reason. Like, why? It's just weird. But I am going to include it right here. I'm glad this game is doing well. Like I said before, you got 2 things I like put together. What can go wrong there? But it's just always going to be somebody who is just a hater at the end of the day. When it's like, why? Why not just give Microsoft their props and move on? But definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.